Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I'll make apps. Now today, I want to talk about how your job description is irrelevant. All right, so another nice day, another day out on a walk. So today I want to talk a little bit about job descriptions. It's something I've heard come up a few times recently, and it's something that I've heard throughout my career. This is not part of my job description, all that kind of stuff. Most of the time when we talk about job descriptions, it's usually in the context of getting a new job, where the job description is important, or actually being in the job where it's not so important. At least I've never considered it to be that important. A lot of the time, you probably have experienced this if you worked in any kind of company, not just a software development team, where somebody just loses their patience and says, this is not my job description. This is not in my job description. I shouldn't be doing this. But it's something, especially as a recession looms, and a lot of us are going to be trying to be one of those ones that aren't on the chopping block, trying to be the ones who are kept. You have to stop thinking in that kind of mentality. See, I have never been fired, never been made redundant, never laid off, never let go from a contract or a job in my entire life. And one of the reasons for that is that I do whatever it takes. There's been times where I started answering the support desk calls, right? I was in a company, their support person left, and I thought, well, screw it. Somebody's got to answer that phone. The other developers weren't going to touch it, so I started picking it up, right? And then after a while, they started thinking, well, Eric's really, really good at this. Let's make him the permanent support guy. And to which I thought, no thanks. And at that point, then it was like, no, I'm not. I'm your, at the time I was a web developer. I'm your guys' web developer. This was like a while back, way before apps. I'm the web developer, so you're gonna have to find another support person. And they said, oh yeah, okay, we will. And of course they didn't. I was too good at it. I was like, yeah, I was really getting good at it. So eventually, that's when I had to make the decision to leave. That's when it was like, well, yeah, this is not what I signed up for, but ultimately what I signed up for is irrelevant a year or 2 years into the job. It's like not what what did I sign up for? Or what did I agree to? It's like, what do I feel like doing now, right? One of the things is I never really stayed in a job more than 2 years. There was one contract where I was there like 4 years. There was another one I was there 2 years, and I went back and did another couple years, like 3 years later. But for me, it's always improving my skills and what do I want to be doing now. That job description is a lot like the CV. A CV or resume has one job, which is to get you into an interview. Once you're in the interview, then the CV is irrelevant, right? You might use that as a reference point, but then you got to be able to tell your story as if they've never even seen it. I think the same with a job description. Your job description, or the description of the job you actually apply for, is only relevant in the acquisition of that job. When you're actually going for it, saying, yes, I have these requirements, this is kind of what I'd like to do, I like all these perks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, but things change, economies change. Anybody who's ever hired somebody knows they want that key player, that I always call it the utility infielder in baseball, the person who can play any position. You put them into that position and they're like, I'll fill this gap. I'll fill this gap while it needs to be filled, right? Ultimately, if it's not fulfilling to you, you might fill that gap until it's time to leave and find something else. But you want to be that person who, I think what I'm trying to say is never be the person who says, oh, this is not in my job description. I'm a database guy. I'm not a GUI guy. I'm not a server guy. I'm not an infrastructure guy. I'm not a whatever. I'm not a support desk guy, right? Anyway, let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree, but something come up a few times before, and I just hate that. I hate people who complain about their job description. The job description after you're hired is irrelevant. Anyway, thanks everybody for liking this video, if you did like it. That really helps the algorithm. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great week. That's it for today. I'll talk to you again next time.